Just not a good game. The only thing that we did somewhat well was we pitched it well enough to win. There at the end, obviously, we threw a wild pitch and allow a run to score, but across the board, you get 10 punch outs, one walk. You like to be on the better end of that.
What did you think of McDevitt's performance overall on the mound?
Good. Like I said, obviously the leadoff hitter had his number. He squared balls up against him all night, and so that for him to be able to start off the way that he did and be able to kind of rebound from that and then settle in and give us a chance, I thought he did well.
And then after the game, there were several people comforting Josh in the dugout. I guess on his performance, what did you think of his sort of mental toughness in the state to come back, I guess, from especially the 2 errors that were made in the 6th inning?
Again, that's who he is, right? Like, he's a guy that's going to go out and compete, and one of those errors was on him, even though he didn't drop the ball. Like, as a pitcher, get out of there. You're not supposed to be in that space to try and catch that ball, and that adds some more confusion that's not necessary. But again, like you said, he came back out and got out of a bad situation after those 2 drop fly balls. So again, I thought he pitched well enough for us to win, and we got to just be better.
Yeah, and then obviously any loss or win doesn't really come down to one play, but certain plays, I guess, can carry a lot of weight. I guess, what did you see on those 2 specific plays, 2 specific errors in that inning?
Well, they cost us runs. I mean, at the end of the day, and the name of the game is to score more runs and get to 27 outs before they score more runs and get to 27 outs. So if you're giving up free runs and you're not scoring, then it puts you in a bad spot.
Pierce Seals was able to get some hits off of them. What did you like from his offensive output today?
Again, I thought he had the right approach, specifically with the plan that we talked about that we wanted to go into the game with today. And so, again, he's that guy that when he's locked in, he's pretty good.
And then you guys have had injuries to deal with. Do you have any update on Goldbeck, JD, and Javen?
At this time, no. Goldbeck's still going through rehab with his knee, and JD and Javen, again, they're coming along, progressing in the right direction, and hopefully we'll get them back soon.
What do you hope for the next 2 games of the series against South Carolina?
Play good baseball. Throw strikes, have quality bats, play good defense.
Is there anything specifically that you think, or like a message to your team you give to them after a loss like this?
What I said I can't say in front of y'all. But again, play good baseball, right? Like we just didn't play good baseball. You drop 2 pop flies. You don't have a good approach at the plate. Trying to get a hit is not a good approach. That doesn't work. This game is too hard for that. So we have to come out and have a better plan and execute that plan, which we've shown that we can do in the past. But that's where we talk about with this team. We just kind of ride these highs and lows, and we have some inconsistencies. And so we have to get our guys to be on the same mindset all the way through.
And then I guess from a hitting perspective, what was Stone kind of doing on the mound that you think was most troubling, I guess, the hitters tonight?
No disrespect to him when I make this comment. It wasn't about him, it was about us. We made his job easy because he kept doing the same thing over and over and over again, and we refused to make adjustments to what he was doing. So if he would have been doing what he was doing, we would have counteracted that and made some adjustments, and he would have made an adjustment to that, then I would say, man, he dealt to us. And again, like I said, it's no disrespect on his outing. He pitched, he threw strikes, he gave his team a chance to win, but we didn't do what we needed to do to make it difficult for him. We made it very, very easy for him to go out and do what he did.
What approach do you want your players to have at the plate going into tomorrow?
Well, again, it'll be based on the pitcher that we're facing, and we're gonna have a scouting report. We're going to be able to tell them the numbers. We're going to watch video like we do always, and this is what this guy does. And based on what this guy does, this is what our plan is going to be against him. And if we go out and execute the plan and we don't have success, well, then you tip your hat to him and say, man, we executed our plan. He was just better at executing his than we were at ours. Today, our plan was to try and get hits. And so we didn't execute any type of plan across the board throughout the lineup. And so that's why we got what we got.